The Brotherhood's siege is in vain. I am Dracul, Prince of Darkness.
Hello there, Servum17 once again. This is my Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 Prince of Darkness video walkthrough. This is the final boss and the final video of the game, and it's Satan in the body of our son Alucard. So Satan's got all ripped, but you don't get to fight him with his big old biceps. Instead, he just gets in this skinny dude, and we fight him instead. Who reminds me for some reason a lot of Siegfried from, is it Soul Edge? Soul Blade? I can't remember the name. Soul Blade, I think it was that. This fight is interesting because he's incredibly fast, he's got a lot of life, and he's got a lot of moves. So, the easiest strategy I found is a patient one, which is literally to counter hit him on his heavy hits and do a guillotine. If you can land the hit after the guillotine, you'll do some serious damage. Whenever he teleports into the smoke, just jump, wait for him to attack, and then guillotine, jump, wait for him to attack, and then guillotine. And just repeat ad nauseum. Whenever he's at a distance, he's going to do bullshit magic at you, so just use the mist or dodge it. Pretty simple stuff as far as that's concerned. This is a really powerful move as well. If he touches you with that, I think it's an insta-kill. So you want to jump over it and then counter him. It is a quick time event, but on Prince of Darkness he just killed me, so I didn't want to risk it afterwards. Couple of things to mention. Chaos magic is really good against him. If you can get him in a stubborn pattern of wanting to attack you, you can guard break him into an endless guard which takes all of his life. You can literally pummel him until he goes into the sky phase. Whenever he's at a distance, you'll see him moving one hand, his free hand, he's going to do magic at you. He has 3 different types of magic. He has the little ground fart that you just saw, he's got the 2 big waves of black stuff, and then he's got the rape hand, or whatever it's called, the inappropriate Japanese train hand. So you want to be careful of that. But his combos are generally 2 to 3 hits, and they feature unblockables. So sync blocking him can work, but you want to be careful. There's always a ground shockwave after that particular move, the spinning, like, flippy attack. And it's just learn the pattern, patience. If you can do those 2 things, you'll beat this guy. If you can't, you're going to have trouble. And then he does this. So watch this. If these things hit you, and they can, like that, if you do not press the button to recover, you'll get hit by the next one, and it will chain you, and you'll die. And you'll notice that I put on the Void Sword, and what I was doing is I was testing a strategy, but I messed it up. I wanted to do the shield, the Supreme Shield, one of the most powerful Void Sword moves that reflects damage, just to see if I could use it for the entire duration of that phase. But I didn't do the move correctly, and instead I just got hit. And it was a silly hit to take, because you'll notice I've gone from being really comfortable in the fight to having pretty much one-shot potential at this point. Anything he hits me will probably kill me. And this move here, when he does the final attack, if you're in the air when he does the final attack, the projectile will be in the air as well. So you need to wait for it to hit the ground before you jump, because if you don't, you're going to get hit. And you might be watching this video imitating what I'm doing, but you're jumping too early. And if that's the case, you need to slow it down or you're going to get killed. But that projectile that I just made a terrible example of trying a new strategy is really easy to dodge. All you have to do is run in a circle. If you run in a circle, it will not hit you. It'll come close, but it will never ever come on the spot where you are. And I'm going to showcase that on the next 2 instances of it. Because this is a long fight, guys, and it's a long fight because he's got wicked high life. Both him and Zobek have got really high life. I think this game could do with another difficulty because I personally think this one's too easy. But in this fight and in the Zobek fight, it's almost like they're on a different difficulty because they're so much more challenging. But watch, just do this, and watch what happens. The programming here is to have it just in front of where you're going. And if you run in a circle, you're going in several different directions really quickly, so it can never lock onto you. And that's all you do. It's really easy, but you know, that first instant. Oh, be careful on this. Mist does not save you on that hit. I think it's because it's a shockwave, and I think that's the only weakness to the mist. Shockwaves still hit. So that's why I got hit there. The easiest way to evade that hit is to jump. Do a double jump and then come down with a guillotine. Very simple stuff, I just made it look much harder than it is. But this is just one of those fights where you have to die a few times before you learn how and when the attacks land. And as soon as you've got some knowledge, you can just start punishing him. So he's getting pretty low life now, and I haven't used my chaos at all, so I'm going to start using it, because it makes the fight so much quicker. But there's something just fun about using the whip, I think. Like, I'm tempted to do a whip-only playthrough, which I think would be impossible because there's certain instances where you need to use the magic, which I disagree with, but I didn't design the game. It's got good music too, that's one of the saving graces. There's the good and the bad aspect of the audio here. You've got Satan, who keeps repeating the same audio clips, which is fucking annoying, and then you've got beautiful music, so if you're getting pissed off with it, I was playing with mute, so I didn't hear a thing, but if you're listening with the sound on and it's annoying you, turn off the voices. There's probably a voice command in the sound settings, and you don't have to listen to him being a douche. But look at this, look how powerful this is. Such a cheeky way of defending. Then you jump, and then you come back down, and we get to fight again. So, the moves you'll see me do with these gloves on is always going to be the guard breaker, because the guard breaker is so good at just chain linking people. There's nothing they can do a lot of the time. Especially this guy. If he decides to block, and sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he just attacks through your attack, he just gets super armor and there's nothing you can do. Look at the range as well! 85 damage on the second hit, and that's what I've not mentioned. Each successive hit in that combo does more. You get up to like 185. It's insane amounts of damage. You want to be careful with the wobbly hand as well, because sometimes he'll swing it horizontally, not just directly at you. And if he does that, it's just stupid. Why does he have that stretchy arm? Very strange. But just keep hitting and running. He's one hit away from death, and he's dead. So I'm going to skip the cutscenes, and you're going to see the achievement pop. You're going to see the guy who's responsible for this game. So that's the person you want to email with all your complaints if you have them. And that is the end of Castlevania Lords of Shadows 2. So I'd like to thank everybody that watched it. You know, all the new subscribers that have stumbled upon these videos. It's always awesome to have, you know, the empire growing and building. It's something great. You know, I have a lot of critical things to say about this game, but the bottom line is it's still a very fun and enjoyable title. And if you're on the fence about playing it, I definitely recommend playing it, because there's every chance you might like it. But at the same time, there's every chance you might hate it, and you need to be aware of that fact. But after this, guys, there's going to be South Park Stick of Truth. I'm getting it tomorrow. I think I'm tempted to do a one playthrough of that. I'm going to just record and do it live and see if I can get past YouTube's stipulations of copyright and whatnot. I hope I can, because all the reviews are saying it's super easy, and you know, I do hardest difficulty, and even then that game probably is going to be very, very simple, so it might be better just to have my live reactions, which I would love to do, but copywriting is a problem with those videos. And then after that, guys, it's Dark Souls 2, then a week after that it's Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. There is a lot of stuff coming. There's still a ton of Thief coming, there's still a ton of this coming, there's still, you know, Dark Souls 2 every day until it launches. There's still Witcher 2 happening in the background, and Final Fantasy 8. Everything is still continuing. All the series that you like the channel for will continue just after this crazy rush of content. And, you know, Dark Souls 2 is going to obviously take up a large amount of time, so I hope you're ready for it, people, and I hope you're enjoying it, because this is the season. This is what you've been waiting for. There's a lot of downtime over this last few months, and now it's kicking off. So thank you for watching, and you take care now.